So, for those of you that are under a rock, CG Crumb released a post today about the newest character, and if any of you remember, they had mentioned that it was going to be not a marquee character, and it is not. It is a legendary character, the original Chewbacca, not Clone Wars Chewie, not Vandor Chewie, not Veteran Smuggler Chewie, but the original Chewbacca from the original trilogy is making his way into the game to join the original Han Solo from the Rancor raid to form the tandem that did pilot the original Millennium Falcon, assuming that that's going to eventually come into the game as well. But there is a lot of interesting stuff here to discuss. He is coming into the game at a time that a lot of people thought that we were getting a bounty hunter legendary event for Jango, ending up being Chewbacca, which, listen, ultimately makes sense. I'm still a fan of Jango, and I'm a little bit more excited about the Jango character than I am about Chewbacca. If anything from the past has shown us what to expect, then we have to expect that Chewbacca is going to be a awesome character, right? All legendary characters in this game, especially the more recent ones, Palpatine, Thrawn, BB-8, R2-D2. I mean, the only legendary character I can think of that wasn't good right out of the box was probably the original Han Solo, and that's because he was good against droids, but he kind of faded quickly and then just fell into obscurity, was completely irrelevant for a long time until his rework, where he was able to get that Zeta that made him a top-tier character. So this is going to instantly drop another character into the game that is meta. So he's going to be an important piece of the game and somebody that you're going to want to collect. So you better get your bounty hunters ready for Chewbacca. And I want to kind of go over a little bit of how you can get prepared for the upcoming event the fastest way possible. So the speed farming has begun. How are we going to get enough bounty hunter shards to get Chewbacca in this event? So you're going to need five bounty hunters, some of which have been in the game for a long time. So if you haven't already farmed some of those characters to 7 stars, then it's going to be a little more difficult for you. But for those of you that do have a 7-star Cad Bane, 7-star Dengar, 7-star IG-88, 7-star bounty hunters, with the exception of maybe Bosk and some of the newer ones, you're in a good place right now. So they are saying that the event is going to be very difficult, which is reminiscent of the original Yoda event. So the original Yoda event was very hard, and I enjoy this. So if it's unattainable for me because it was too difficult, please, yes, I would love to be sitting there on day 7 just trying like crazy to get Chewie. That would be awesome. I don't want to fall short on shards, but I do want the event to be difficult, and I'm excited about that because we haven't had a difficult legendary event since then. Pretty much up until now, with the exception of that original Yoda event, they have considered attaining the characters, getting the 7-star characters, the most important part of the entire thing. So now with this, we don't have to be too concerned about getting some of these characters because we already have some 7-star bounty hunters. In many cases, at least for a lot of the players that have been playing since launch. And more focus on getting the gear up. So I'm going to probably have to gear up my Cad Bane. I'm going to have to gear up my Dengar. I mean, some of these characters are, pretty low-level gear right now. They're at gear 8, gear 9. And if the event is very difficult, that's just not going to cut it. So we'll have to see what happens. But starting this weekend, you can earn additional bounty hunter shards by playing light and dark side hard nodes in your mission to take down the legendary Wookiee. This includes Embo and Aura Singh. So I guess they're going to incorporate some way for us to get Embo shards too. And there's a new way to get Jango Fett Shards, which is the One Famous Wookiee event bundle. So you'll be able to purchase, I guess, some Jango Fett Shards there. For any of you that are going to be going full whale on Jango, you'll probably benefit from having that extra character. So that's another consideration. But they are going to, I'm sure, try to give us some sort of way to farm the characters quickly. So they'll probably, add maybe double drops for hard nodes. I mean, who knows what they'll do. But either way, if you aren't getting Chewbacca this time, don't fret. The event will return. You want to get him now, I'm sure, just like I do. But if you are going for him now and you are short on a few characters, let's take a look at some of the easier ways to get to that end goal, which is 5 7-star bounty hunters. So first and foremost, the Galactic War Store. Okay, Cad Bane is here. So for those of you that haven't finished Cad Bane yet, that's a bounty hunter right there that you can get very quickly out of the Galactic War Store. I have 13,000 Galactic War currency because I don't have anything else to do with it other than throw it in the shard shop. So if you are farming for an easy bounty hunter, that's one location where you can get started. Cad Bane is in the Galactic War Store. So in the Squad Arena Store, we have Greedo. Okay, so Greedo is an option for you there. So if you are looking for a 7-star bounty hunter the fastest way possible, Greedo and Cad Bane are 2 easy farms in very easy locations that you can farm quickly and purchase multiple shards for in a single day. And I also know that we have Boba Fett here. So Boba Fett out of the Cantina Battle Store is another quick and easy farm. So Boba Fett, Cad Bane, and Greedo are 3 immediate characters you can get the 7 stars in very easily farmable locations. For most people that have been playing the game, if you've been playing since launch, or at least since 2016, then you are in a position here where, if you haven't gotten these characters there yet, let's say they're 6 stars, let's say they're 5.5 stars, and you just never finish them up, you can quickly finish these characters up over the next few days and get to that point. So I think that that's 3 easy characters you can start with. And then we want to go into some of the other characters that you can attain. So obviously Bosk, Cad Bane, Bosk, Embo, and Aura Singh are going to be difficult to get. Dengar is farmable in the weekly shipments, and he's farmable in the regular shipments right now. But he's somebody who pops up in the guild event store, or the guild, the raid store. So you can get him out of there. IG-88 is somebody who is also in the Squad Arena Store. Now, I'm usually not a big proponent of farming 2 people out of the same location, so you're going to have to choose whether you want to farm Greedo or IG-88 as far as getting the character done faster. Let's take a look at what you can do as fast as possible. Boba Fett, Greedo, Cad Bane, and you have to choose between IG-88 or Greedo from that store, unless you have a ton of credits and you can just buy 2 at a time. Let's say you have a ton of compiled currency there, but I'd imagine if that was the case, you'd probably have these 2 characters already. So those are probably the fastest ways you're going to work these characters up. There is a little bit of an issue, and that's that the 5th character is either Dengar or Zan Wessel, and those characters are kind of only attainable periodically through the guild store or through the shipments in the fleet shipments. So you're going to have to just be looking in those locations for that, and there's not much you can do about it. Those are not regular farms, and they're harder characters to attain, so it may be in your best interest, if you're not currently already almost done with Bosk, which I know a lot of people are, to possibly maybe make a little bit of an investment in one of these packs if you want to go for Chewie, and he's an important character to you. So when the packs drop, you're going to want to take a look and see what the values are, and if ultimately you get, let's say, I know a lot of times when legendary events pop up, we haven't had one in a while, but when they do, they'll drop some sort of a pack that gives you 80 Zam Wesell shards or 80 Dengar shards, or something of that nature. So you may want to take a look at that, because those are the two characters that are really going to hold you back. Other than that, Boba Fett, IG-88, Greedo, Cad Bane, very easily accessible, and the rest of the characters are obviously behind a paywall with the exception of Bosk. So that would be my advice for the moment, and I would say that if you're not already farming Cad Bane and Boba Fett and either IG-88 or Greedo out of those shops, you should start doing that immediately, while you also kind of take a look at what your options are for Dengar and Zam Wesell, and also pick which one you want to farm, or which one's going to be more important to you. Obviously, Zam Wesell just recently got a rework, so you may want to take a look at that, as her kit has seen an improvement. So again, this is just a situation where you're going to want to take a look and see which direction you want to go in. Maybe you're not super overly excited about getting Chewbacca, and if that's the case, if you don't have to have him right now, which I think he will be important. They've never released one of these legendary characters and then not had some sort of Rey Jedi training was very important almost immediately. CLS was very important almost immediately. So if you're somebody that wants to stay ahead of the meta, I'm sure Chewbacca will make an addition to that. So you may want to, maybe make a small investment to get there. But if you're way behind on this and you can't see it happening without spending serious money, then maybe it's a situation where you hold off, you get yourself prepared, and understand that you're only going to get so far this time around, and ultimately have to circle back when the event returns, which I'm sure will be in a short few months. And again, it's just one of those things where you want to just try to go for what's possible and just take a look at the math and see if it makes sense, because you don't want to throw yourself out of whack, going crazy for Chewbacca and then screw up plans you have going on right now for your territory wars teams, your territory battles teams, your arena teams, because those currencies and things like that will still be important, and the Sith still do dominate the meta in arena. I don't see Chewbacca changing that. So that's my thoughts on it. But I hope you guys appreciate my opinion. May the Force be with you guys, and I will see you on the next one.
Yes, Master.